Okay, good day guys, good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here, and a gentle reminder as always to please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it is a free way to support the channel, and of course, as always, the support is much appreciated. So today I want to take a closer look at Peter Lee Vassell's Indy 11 debut, right, in the USL. Peter Lee Vassell on the weekend made his debut for the Indy 11. He came on as a substitute, and many Jamaicans I know are a bit excited about this because, as we all know, Peter Lee Vassell hasn't played football in a while. So we're very excited to see that Peter Lee Vassell signed a professional contract and is now playing professional football, or playing competitive football, just competitive football, right? So that's really good to see, and it was really good to see him out there. The game finished 2-0. Indy 11 won the game, right? Beat Sporting Kansas City 2, right? 2-0 they beat them. The game for the most part was a very competitive game, evenly contested for majority of the game. However, Indy 11 were more efficient going forward and created better chances and managed to put two of them away. So that was basically the general story of the game overall. Peter Lee Vassell came on in the 76th minute. So he was, it looked like he was scheduled to come on a little bit earlier, right? He was on the sidelines for a while. I don't know what was happening, but he was standing up on the sidelines for a while, and the ball even went out of touch a couple of occasions and he didn't come on. But eventually he came on in the 76th minute, and when he came on, Indy 11 were already 2-0. And for the most part he performed okay, right? I mean, it wasn't vintage Peter Lee Vassell, but for the most part he did perform okay. For the most part he had some good touches on the ball, right? So for the most part he performed creditably well, especially given the fact that he hasn't played football in so long. So his very first touch of the game was an attempted cross that was blocked impressively, and this was on the right hand side of the attacking third. He did get the rebound and drifted a bit more centrally and tried to play a through ball in behind the Sporting Kansas City backline, but unfortunately the centre back read the through pass and made the interception. It was a good try though, a good attempt, but unfortunately the defender read the through pass. His second touch of the football, he lost the football on the edge of the attacking third. He, however, did well to win back the ball, but unfortunately when he won it back, he held on to the ball a little bit too long and was hence dispossessed again. And Peter Lee Vassell did show good work rate off the ball in this particular game, especially for a number 10. That is very important, right? Peter Lee Vassell came on and he was playing behind the forward line as a number 10, and he showed good work rate off the ball. He did a fair amount of pressing, and he also did a fair amount of tracking runs, right? He tracked a couple of runs, and even on a couple of occasions, one possession, right? Made some good tackles on one possession, or contested 50-50 balls and won them. So his work rate off the ball was fairly good in this particular game. On one particular play, he won the second ball off of a goalkeeper kick out, off of a flick on header. He won the second ball about midway the Sporting Kansas City half. And to be fair to him, he was not favored to win this second ball, but he battled hard, used his body well, and shielded the ball from the Sporting Kansas City player, settled the ball, and made a forward pass that kick-started a very promising attack, which almost led to a third goal for Indy 11. But unfortunately, the finish was poor on that particular play. On another occasion, he picked up the ball about 10 yards from the halfway line inside of the Sporting Kansas City half of the field, and he delivered an excellent through ball that almost split the Sporting defense. An excellent through ball it was, right? But unfortunately for him, a desperate stretch, right? Or I mean, you would even call it a lunge from the defender, right? That enabled the defender to barely get a touch on it, right? So the defender got a touch on it and deflected it for a corner kick. But if that had gotten through that particular gap in the defensive line, trust me, man, it would have been an excellent through ball, and the winger, the Indy 11 winger, would have been in on goal, right? So that was an excellent attempt at a through pass from Peter Lee Vassell. On another play, he picked up the ball at the halfway line and brilliantly evaded a sliding tackler, a sliding challenge from the Sporting Kansas City midfielder, right? And it was good skill to evade the sliding tackle of this particular player. He just lifted it over the challenge, or lifted it over the player, kind of chipped it over the player as he was going to ground, and evaded that particular challenge well, and then took another touch and then released the run, the forward run of the left winger, right? But unfortunately the winger was offside, right? And if this particular winger was not offside, trust me, man, he would have been in on goal, because again, it was a defense splitting through ball from Peter Lee Vassell. However, just unfortunate that the run from the winger was not better timed. So that, for the most part, were the plays that Peter Lee Vassell were involved in this particular game. As I said, you know, he had some good touches on the ball. It wasn't vintage Peter Lee Vassell, and obviously we didn't expect it to be, given the fact that he had played so long. But I like the fact that he tried very hard to get involved in the game, and did get involved in the final 15 or so minutes of the game. He did get very involved and had some good touches on the ball, and was involved in some very good plays, and had some good work ethic and good work rate off the ball as well. Good to see him in action after missing in action for so long. So my thing is, he can only build on this performance going forward, and hopefully he will more than likely get a couple more substitute appearances, and then, you know, if he impresses, if he continues to get better and improve and build off of this particular performance, I think soon and very soon we will see Peter Lee Vassell starting for the Indy 11. So a good positive performance from Vassell on his first outing in quite a while. Hopefully he can build on it going forward and put in some impressive performances for the Indy 11. So congrats to him for going for getting a new club, and after being out in the wilderness for so long. We are proud of him. Hopefully the player can build and do well going forward. So that's my 2 cents on Peter Lee Vassell's Indy 11 debut, right? A decent showing, especially given the fact that he hasn't played for a long time. So we'll continue to monitor his progress. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, and until next time.